care about Black lives? The people that run Baltimore don't. I can prove it. Walk with me. They don't want you to see this. I'm Kim Klacik. This is Baltimore, the real Baltimore. This is the reality for Black people every single day. Crumbling infrastructure, abandoned homes, poverty, and crime. Baltimore has been run by the Democrat Party for 53 years. What is the result of their decades of leadership? Baltimore is one of the top 5 most dangerous cities in America. The murder rate in Baltimore is 10 times the U.S. average. The Baltimore poverty rate is over 20%. Homicide, drug, and alcohol deaths are skyrocketing in our city. Do you believe Black Lives Matter? I do. The vast majority of crime in Baltimore is perpetrated against Black people, who make up 60% of the population. So why don't we care about our communities? The Democrat Party have betrayed the Black people of Baltimore. If the politicians walked the streets like I do, they would see exactly how their policies and corruption affects us. If they don't want to see it, they don't want you to see this. Go to any Baltimore neighborhood and ask this question. Do you want to defund the police?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
I had 3 sons killed in Baltimore City. And I think if we defund the police officer, it's going to be worse than that. So no, I'm opposed to that.
What are you going to defund the police for? Why? How do you defend your city, your community? Families are losing people.
It's not just Baltimore. The worst place for a Black person to live in America is a Democrat-controlled city. It's 2020. Name a blue city where Black people's lives have gotten better. Try. I'll wait. Look at this. How are children supposed to live here and play here? Democrats think Black people are stupid. They think they can control us forever, that we won't demand better, and that we'll keep voting for them forever, despite what they've done to our families and our communities. Are they right? I'm Kim Klacik, and I'm running for Congress because I actually care about Black lives. All Black lives matter. Our communities matter. Baltimore matters. And Black people don't have to vote Democrat. Same time, I think people really do want to change. You know, my campaign is talking about there are no career opportunities in the area. If you look at the sections you saw within the video, you know, that's just not like a 2-block radius. You know, that is neighborhoods that look like that. So Carrollton Ridge, Easterwood, Sandtown, this goes on for miles. And I think those people understand they're not living like the rest of America. And, you know, when I talk to people, I tell them, I said, you don't have to live like this. You know, the education system itself is really bad. So I think I bring what Obama was saying he was going to bring with hope and change. And I think people are starting to resonate with that message.
What is your background? Before I thought one of the more powerful elements of your video was the kind of illustrating that defunding the police maybe isn't the winning campaign issue the left thinks it is. Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so when you're in these communities, you talk about defunding the police because that's kind of like the national story right now. We in Baltimore City, we've had over 300 homicides 5 years in a row. And we are short police officers. And so defunding the police is actually something that scares individuals or residents that live there because they're thinking, you know, we already are short police. You know, we already have a ton of crime and violence. Our homicide rate is through the roof. You know, what we really need is to fund the police even more than they are now. So a lot of people are opposed to it. I wanted to be able to capture that in the video as well.
What is the blowback you're getting? We're going to have Professor Wilfred Riley on later this morning. And one of the themes of the professor is that there are conversations now that we can no longer have without the cancel culture getting involved. Conversations like you and I are having. Is that as big a problem as the problem of racism?
Right now, cancel culture is for me, it's huge. You know, when people talk about racism, you have to understand, again, in Baltimore, we've had nothing but Black leadership for, at least 2 decades. So we don't see this racism narrative that they talk about. But the cancel culture, trying to cancel businesses, we have some small businesses that actually support President Trump. And you'll see people say, I'm not going to your establishment, you donated to the president, or you have a flag supporting the president. And so, this cancel culture, it's crazy. Usually people that are canceling others is because they have nothing to lose themselves. But hopefully that stops soon.
I guess where I'm going with that, in your video, you say, I care about Black lives. I care about Black lives. I also care about white lives and brown lives. I care about all lives. But saying that triggers people. Why is that?
It does. God forbid you care about every human race, right? God forbid you care about everybody. And, I just want to make a point to people, like, I'm not scared. You can try to cancel me all day, but I'm not going anywhere. What's really scary is being in some of those neighborhoods where I was walking down the street, where you could, be shot at any moment, from a stray bullet. But, you're not going to scare me with cancel culture. You're not going to scare me with social media. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fight.
So what is your message to young people, be it in Baltimore or anybody who's watching this right now, who are enamored with the Black Lives Movement? What do you say to them?
I say, really just check out the movement, see if their views align with yours. I know one of their mission statements is that they are not really for family structure. For me, family structure means everything. I think that is what we're lacking in many parts of the Baltimore area, is having a 2-parent household. Not only does it bring in more of an income in that household, but, fathers are needed. Both parents are needed. And so I think if you really, truly support Black Lives Matter, definitely go to their website and look at what they support and just see if it aligns with your views.
And lastly, this video getting